Welcome to where we shine a light on police misconduct, break down your legal rights, and hold public officials accountable. Today's footage comes courtesy of Coley Burks. You'll find their link down below, so go show them some support and check out the full clip for full context that I end this episode. What starts as routine filming outside Bexley Heath Police Station quickly turns into a textbook example of authority being stretched beyond its limits. Legislation is misquoted, powers are implied rather than properly explained, and assumptions replace clear legal grounding. But here's the key difference. The auditor remains calm, polite, and informed. Instead of escalating, he responds with facts, standing firm on well-established public rights. Let's break down exactly where the lines were blurred and what the law actually says.
It's going to get troublesome. I already know what's going to go down. Look at no particular reason, just because this is what I've chosen to do today. Would you mind identifying, please?
PC Dean.
Okay.
Card number 17920.
Thank you. And yourself?
Okay.
Why are you lot all coming out like this? You're making me feel nervous.
Because when people start filming outside of our police station, it tends to alert red flags. Okay?
For what reason?
Mainly for terrorism. I'm not saying you are.
When an officer says people mainly film police stations for terrorism, that's not a neutral comment. It's a loaded suggestion. It links an ordinary activity to something extreme without actually making a direct allegation. That's implied association, planting suspicion without stating it outright. Legally speaking, filming in a public place in the UK, including outside a police station, is lawful. There is no blanket prohibition on recording buildings, officers, or public premises. Simply holding a camera does not create grounds for suspicion. Bringing up terrorism in that context can function as a pressure tactic. It shifts the tone of the interaction. Suddenly, the atmosphere feels heavier, more serious, even though the activity hasn't changed. And that's important because terrorism powers, such as stop and search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000, require specific and reasonable suspicion based on facts, not generalizations or stereotypes. If the only indicator is that someone is filming in public, that threshold simply isn't met. Suggestion is not evidence. Atmosphere is not suspicion. And lawful conduct does not become unlawful just because it makes someone uncomfortable.
Okay, but mainly because the majority of people come around, they like to film our cars, know what our registrations are, know what our police officers look like.
What? Okay.
No procedures for getting in and out of the building safe and securely, so that in that way they can potentially perform a terrorist attack, okay, and have it all on recording. So that's why we come down and we like to check to make sure why they are. So you asked me to identify myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to identify, no. No.
Why is that?
I'm not required to, I'm not committing any offence.
You're not required to because you're not committing any offence?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, you are in a public place.
Absolutely,
okay? Exactly. So under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act,
okay,
you could be required to identify yourself with name and address, or you could be arrested, okay? If your behaviour is believed to be
antisocial. So am I behaving antisocially?
The officer cites Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, claiming it gives them the right to demand the auditor's name and address. On paper, Section 50 only applies if the officer reasonably believes someone is engaging in antisocial behavior likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress to others. Simply standing on a public pavement and filming a police station does not meet that threshold. Filming in public is completely lawful, as long as it isn't paired with conduct that actively harms or alarms anyone. Section 50 isn't a blanket show your ID rule. It has very specific criteria in this instance. Invoking Section 50 looks less like a legal enforcement and more like a pressure tactic. Without any actual grounds, referencing it is misleading and risks becoming a misuse of police power, essentially attempting to coerce personal information where the law gives no authority to do so.
It does not constitute antisocial behaviour, no. Is that the route we're going to go down? I'm not going to give you my name. I'm not going to give you my name. I wouldn't suggest using the Section 50 power. You would have to prove that I'm behaving antisocially, causing members of the public harassment, alarm, and... Okay, so how's my behaviour?
If you're filming and the fact that you're standing outside, there's a member of the public to walk past and feel completely distressed by the fact that you...
How would they feel distressed by that? Am I engaging anyone else? I'm just here filming you.
You walk past...
what are we doing? And are you going to nick me now, are you?
Well, I'm going to ask you to move on, sir.
I'm not going to move on. I'm in a public place.
At the moment, you're not in a public place, sir. This is classed as a private property.
Nah, it's not. It's not private.
In general, public land covers roads, pavements, footpaths, and any area the public can freely access. Even if the land is owned by the police or a local authority, as long as there are no clear signs, barriers, or legal restrictions, it's treated as a public place under UK law. This designation matters because most legislation, including the Public Order Act and Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, only applies differently if the area is private or legally restricted. Simply being outside a police station on a pavement doesn't remove your rights. It's still public space, meaning filming, standing, or walking there is lawful, and officers cannot arbitrarily impose extra rules.
I'll tell you what, sir, if you want to be in a private place or a public place, take a step on that pavement.
No, I'm good here.
I'm
good here. I'm good here.
So
this is not a private place. How is this?
Pavement.
How is this a private place? Look at where we are. Look. Just so the camera can pick it up, yeah? So if it...
So there's your yellow lines.
No. You're talking nonsense, mate. You're talking rubbish. There you are, mate. You're trying to flex jurisdiction. Let's just pack it in. Yes, you are.
Want to carry on filming?
I will carry on filming.
Feel free, but just step on
No, I'm not going to step there. So we've got section 50. So we've gone section 50, and now we're talking about private land. What's next? What's next?
So I'm correct in what I'm telling you.
No,
right?
you're just flexing unnecessarily. Yes, you are.
Flex unnecessarily. You're not an issue to me. 179.
All right, I'm not an issue. No worries.
You are not an issue to me.
Good.
I have no reason to flex to you.
Good.
You are not that much of an issue.
Good. Then there should be no reason. There should be no concerns about me filming. Then if that's the case.
Well, generally there is concerns.
Well, you just said that I'm not an issue to you.
You're not an issue for me to flex. That means I'm not bothered by you. You're not big, high and mighty, okay?
Okay. It's not about me, it's about you. This is about your ego, not about mine. Not about your... Yeah, of course it is.
Your ego needs to be approved and swept and fucking stroked because you're standing...
Did you just swear?
Because, yeah, I did just swear.
So you just...
public place.
Yes, of course you're in a public place. You just committed section 5.
I'm not in a public place.
Hold on. Dean, bruh.
This is
pack it in, mate. Pack it in, mate. Pack it in, mate. Mate, pack it in right now. Don't swear again. We're all in a public place. This is all public.
Private.
This is all public. This is all publicly accessible. Show me where the boundary is that denotes public and private. No, double yellow line doesn't denote private property. Dean, mate, you're digging yourself a hole. You're digging yourself a hole. You just swore. You started with section 50. Then you're saying private property. Even if this was private property, it's a civil matter. This is publicly accessible. This isn't private property anyway.
This is private
mate.
Land,
Mate, this has not been good. Mate, this ain't good.
Okay.
Why are you swearing? Can I swear? Can I use the F word?
You can swear if you want to.
So I can say fuck, yeah?
Congratulations.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I feel good, yeah.
Just we'll carry through, we're going to pay.
And you did swear in a public place.
Private.
This ain't private, mate. No, it's not.
Yes.
You're making yourself look ridiculous. Just go back inside, mate. Alright.
You have to take a pinch of common sense as well.
I don't have to take a pinch of nothing. I don't have to take any advice from any of you. I'm in a public place filming, which is lawful. And you've tried to threaten me. Yeah, you have. Yes, you have. You haven't educated me. I'm educating you right now. Go on.
Like, with you standing so close to the entrance...
I'm not obstructing you, am I?
No, but you need to listen. With you standing so close to an entrance, filming, that poses security questions for us, okay? There are people who wish to do the police harm.
Okay, I'm not one of those.
Okay, but we don't know that, do we?
Well, you have to go based on what you do know.
You haven't identified yourself, so
I don't need to.
treat you as an unknown risk, so we don't know...
Why am I at risk? This is a camera.
The term unknown risk is misleading and legally meaningless. Police powers in the UK are meant to be exercised based on reasonable suspicion of an actual offense or threat, not on vague uncertainty or assumptions. Labeling someone an unknown risk treats everyone as potentially guilty, which dangerously erodes the boundary between lawful policing and arbitrary suspicion. This approach can easily lead to violations of fundamental rights, undermining public trust and accountability.
Unknown risk. Common sense.
Based on what? If an old granny was filming here, would she be an unknown risk?
You're not letting me finish, so that you can't understand my point. Okay. By you standing here, common sense would dictate that poses a security risk.
Why? Is the building not secure? Like, you lot are armed, like you've got a taser. Like, what sort of security risk is it?
Standing here constantly, filming cars coming in and out.
Marked cars that are paid for by the taxpayer. I've got every right to film them.
Right next to where gate opens in and out. Like I said, you're an unknown risk. you've got a bag, we don't know what you've got on you. You could run
All
in,
right,
you could
well,
have something on you that we don't know.
Yeah, well,
so that's why.
I mean, there's lots of members of the public that have stuff on them that you don't know.
I know, but they're not.
Are they all unknown risks as well? Yeah, well, I can be here.
Everyone's an unknown risk.
Everyone's an unknown risk. We don't live in a police state where everyone's an unknown risk and you're constantly doing surveillance. What sort of you lot have been brainwashed or something? I'm just a member of the public. Chill out. We're not all unknown risks. What are they teaching you in training? Unknown risk. Is this a police state? Do you have to spy on each other? All like we all have to like snitch on each other? What's going on here? Like, what is going on here?
So we have to manage risk. So we always have to manage risk, and that's why we have to do unknown risk and known risk. So anything that we don't know is unknown to us, so we have to treat it with an element of caution.
Okay.
Yeah? That's fair to say, isn't it? That's a common sense approach to this. And because we don't know you, you've not identified yourself with us, we don't know the risks that you pose.
Would you identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm PC Cook,
okay.
1654.
Sure.
Yeah? And I'm just talking to you like I would to anybody else.
Alright.
And that's the point I'm trying to impress to you today, sir, that's all.
Okay, now what?
Well, like my colleague said, because we don't know you, we don't know the risks, we are going to just ask you to move on to the public point.
This is public here. I guarantee you 100% this is public here.
But with your proximity.
And even if it was private, this is publicly accessible. Look. Just for some context, right? He's saying this yellow line denotes where it's public, where it's private. So how could this possibly be private property? Even let's say hypothetically it was private property, yeah? Who owns this property? Does the Met Police own this property, or would they hypothetically lease the property?
Owns this property.
No, they don't.
Council.
Okay, right. So who pays for the council? How's the council funded? I'm pretty sure this is leased anyway. I'm pretty sure the Met don't own this.
This was gifted to us.
You know that for a fact, do you? Well, you got flowers on your radio.
Why not?
That's asking why.
If you went into a shop and they had a counter with no barriers either side, you would know that
that shop's not paid for by the taxpayer.
No, but behind that kiosk area, even though you can access it, is an inaccessible point. That's another common sense approach. So you can see that from there to here, and then this bit here, common sense will dictate that this is not a public part of the domain. Yeah?
Okay, well this is all paid for by tax money, so.
But you have to you understand why we're talking.
You understand how like fiscal policy works. So the government tax, and then they spend on public services, and this is that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a fiscal policy. It's an economic policy, right? So it dictates how spending and taxation works.
Okay, I'm not here for a lesson. I'm just trying to talk to you.
Right. And I'm just trying to explain to you
as a person, from a person to a person, why we are managing the risk of somebody standing by the entrance that's constantly used to a police station.
Okay, have I satisfied that I'm not a risk?
Well, no. Because
all right. Well, how are you going to satisfy it then?
Well, we're just
remember, everything I'm doing right now is perfectly legal. So just remember that, and it's not antisocial. Well, why did you backpedal on that?
I didn't backpedal.
Yeah, you did. But why are you not nicking me under Section 50 then?
I've got no reason to nick it.
Okay.
I'm trying to approach you with common sense. I don't like to unnecessarily criminalise people.
Oh, thank you. Good, so, good.
Me and my colleague have tried to appeal to your common sense nature, but clearly.
Good. I'm happy that you're not. I'm happy that you're not criminalising people. That's good. You know of any officers doing stuff like that?
Do I know of any officers doing unnecessary criminal?
Yeah. Never heard of that. Right, good. Why? How you know you swore in a public place as well?
I didn't swear in a public
place. Yeah, you did.
I did not. And if that has offended you, then I do apologise, but I did not swear in a public place.
You did. You said the F word. I've got it on camera.
I swore, but I'm not in a public place.
All right. If you say so. Okay. Are we done?
Yeah, you go back your day.
All right, you're dismissed. You're dismissed. Go.
In this case, the auditor was simply filming outside a police station, a fully lawful activity in a public space. Despite this, officers repeatedly tried to intimidate him, citing laws like Section 50 of the Police Reform Act without any valid grounds, demanding personal details he wasn't legally required to provide. They even questioned whether the pavement was public land and treated him like a security threat, which is simply not true. Throughout the encounter, the auditor remained calm while the officers overstepped their authority, swearing and acting unprofessionally. This is a textbook example of police misunderstanding or misusing powers to pressure someone exercising their legal rights. Knowing your rights is crucial. You don't have to comply with demands without lawful reason. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and and subscribe for more audits breaking down police powers and holding officers accountable. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.